And what challenges does your ND present in your life and your role?
Quite a lot.
So a big one for me is my attention span. So I quite often describe it as being like, you see something shiny out the corner of your eye and you're turned away. I'm easily distracted from a task.
I have to have people tell me how they're feeling to understand it, just because I can't read people's emotions.
Fitting in, that's the problem, is to try and conform to the norm.
Getting back to that task is incredibly hard. It's almost like trying to jump back on a treadmill while it's moving.
I've always suffered with bullying throughout all of my life.
Things like prioritising and organising tasks, keeping to deadlines, timekeeping. I have massive time blindness.
And I procrastinate, and I do so more when I'm stressed. I become withdrawn.
The day before or hours before something is due, I'm frantically trying to get that task done, which can be incredibly stressful. Emotional dysregulation as well.
It affects the way that I think. So the speed in which I think can cause me to have a stammer when I talk. It affects my confidence.
I'll interrupt people when they're talking. It's almost physically painful to listen to someone say something using twice as many words as they actually need. Or they might be talking about something and I'm just really, really interested. It can come across as being really rude and very frustrating for other people.
What benefits do you see your neurodiversity has?
The biggest benefit that my ND probably gives me is just a completely different way of thinking.
I have, in the past, come up with solutions to certain problems that nobody else would have thought of. It's just because I'm wired a bit differently.
If you say to me, I want this done today, then it gets done today.
If I'm given a task, I can hyperfixate on that and get it done really quite quickly and efficiently.
I'm like a dog with a bone. If there's a problem, I'll go to the nth degree to sort it out.
I can be very good at spotting patterns as well.
I find that for me, and I know that this is the case with other people with ND, is that I'm very empathetic to other people. I can see things from other people's perspective a lot easier. As an officer in particular, it's really helpful that I can understand a policing perspective, but I can understand a victim, I can understand a witness, I can understand a suspect's perspective, while still knowing mine.
Working under pressure I quite like, and I think it's a buzz, and it's probably that dopamine hit that ADHD people seek.
Just the fact that I'm different. I'm not like everyone else, and I see that as a strength. Being unique is amazing. If everyone was the same, life would be boring. A team of different people with different strengths is going to be the best team you could ever have.
And do you think that neurodiversity lends itself in policing?
Having learnt about ADHD in particular, I think that there are probably quite a few people in the police that are likely to have ADHD.
Whether you're on the front line or a staff member in one of the offices, you're going to see things and approach things differently.
They work well in a crisis because when they've got that pressure, that adrenaline rush, that kind of works really well with our brains.
The social skills that you may not have make up for the understanding of people and how they behave. One of the things that I have is I'm calm. I've grown up in a period of time where you'd be treated differently, and I know the hurt that causes. So being calm and talking to people, you're going to get the best results that way.
Justice sensitivity is a huge thing, that really strong sense of right and wrong and wanting things to be done right and wanting to do the right things.
Policing isn't black and white, it's however many shades of every different colour. Be it frontline detectives, staff roles, the more people we can get into a room, get onto a problem that all think differently, the better. We'd be stupid to not harness that power that you get from different thinking.
So what would you say to anyone else with a neurodiversity who might worry that it would hold them back?
Try to become comfortable with your neurodiversity.
You are what you are, and you should be proud to be.
Don't think about how society labels people, okay, and don't fall into that label. Just be yourself.
Be open, be honest, but also empower it, because at the end of the day, everyone is different.